Hello and welcome one and all to yet another Adventure Quest World's weekly release video, and today I am here for Heroes Heart Day 2017. Now if you haven't already, make sure you smack that subscribe button and leave this video with a like, because of course I will be back next week and with anything that pops up midweek of Adventure Quest Worlds and AQ3D content. Now this is a dungeon area, so there are quests for us to accept in the top right corner. Now the first one, which you saw me do just then, you have to defeat the sort of tree ants and eventually one of them will drop, and then you can move on to the second quest here, which is dead straightforward. You just have to click where I click, and it's just the little fireballs inside of the rooms. I advise moving to the room on the right first and then the room on the left so you can load them all up and they'll be there for when you go through and do it. Now we move on to the third quest, which is quite simple. These are all incredibly straightforward, guys, nothing too challenging at all for us. And you just have to defeat the sort of slimes that are here. They're called like little poos, something along the rough lines of that. And once you have defeated 4 of them, if you go back into the other rooms, you can hit these torches, which you see me clicking on here, but you can only click on them once you have defeated the slimes first. Next, we move on to the next area, and this room will become very important later on, but we'll wait till then, so there are no spoilers for you at this moment. All you have to do is kill 6 of the cherub enemies which are floating around, and they drop both the quest items you need for that particular quest. Then you can move on yet again to the next quest. Now this one is sort of a bit of fun, also incredibly annoying. You just have to wait, spam the archery thing on the door on the right until you eventually get a bullseye, which is 100 points. This took me about 15 or 20 little goes, but I just kept spamming it and eventually I got it. And then you can move on to the quest right here, where you have to defeat the puppy love dog things, which are just the red dogs in the room here. And once you have defeated 8 of those, you have completed the quest, and we can move on yet again to the next quest, which is defeating the little poos, as I'm calling them again, and you have to defeat 8 of them this time round. If I'm talking quiet, I do apologise, but I hope you hear me nice and loudly so you know exactly what I'm saying and what we're talking about. Now we can move on to the next quest, and this time we're defeating the knights, which you see me defeat here. This quest is a little bit annoying. They don't seem to drop every time. Not all of these quests do drop every time. Please take note of that, because it does get a little bit frustrating sometimes, but I found I was doing these quests incredibly quickly and this release done in about 15 minutes. The next quest is just you have to defeat the sort of more zombie-fied monster up behind them in the room. Again, very self-explanatory. And then we move on to the easiest boss fight of the year, and probably the whole year, which is this giant lobster crab, and he actually dropped me Heart of the House, which is incredibly awesome, and I'm going to see what it looks like a bit later on. Then you'll notice Beleen has spawned in, and this allows us to actually go to the Wheel of Love. Now once you're here, you'll see Swaggy, and he has a quest for you to do. What you have to do here is defeat 13 of the cherubs, which I said were in that important room earlier. I'll go back to it in a second for you, and it will receive you at random little rewards. I'll show you all the rewards you can get in a second. Not literally show them, just scroll down that little quest page there. But this is the room you need to come back to, defeat 13 of these, and then head back the way I do, or to the other way, whichever way you want to go back to the wheel. And once you eventually get back to Beleen, we can go back to the wheel and turn in the quest and give it a little spin. Sort of, mainly just turn the quest in. Sadly the wheel will not actually spin, but I get the Lance of Hearts that time. But anyway guys, like I said before, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be back for more Adventure Quest World content next week for the release, or midweek as I said, and AQ3D, which should have a new event coming soon. Have a lovely day.